The kid doesn't want much, but he wants a toaster strudel. Bring me a toaster strudel. Stat! I got the kid's got toaster strudel on the mind. He can't tell you why. I just have a Pure Life water today. Nothing crazy. I need to cut out the sugar. I've been going stupid with the sugar. Gotta stop it. There comes a time where you gotta pump the brakes. Anyways, happy Sunday. It's marvelous, dude. It's marvelous. It's all marvelous. It's all good, dude. It's all good. I got so much cool stuff to show you guys. We got merch. I got a treasure trove of stuff I found on the internet I want to show you guys. And then maybe, dude, we'll get a toaster strudel. I don't know. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out, won't we? What up, Paul? Okay, let's see how this one goes. What's that supposed to mean, bud? Huh? Because last week was a barn burner, dude. It was a blockbuster. So I don't know what you're talking about, pal. I just caught up to your videos earlier today, like an hour ago. I had a lot of comments to make, but I watched it on my TV, so I couldn't leave comments. But your lawyers will be hearing from me shortly. Trust that. Dude, trust that, dude. Trust that. Bring me a toaster strudel. He needs a toaster strudel. This one should be good. Oh, it will be. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one, folks. All right. While I get settled in, let's see. Ashton Genty is hurt. And it seems significant. What else? Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders are in the QB competition of a lifetime. George Kittle has been reactivated. I don't know if he's fully reactivated. I don't know. Something like that, though. I know he wants to try to make a start, dude. Kid's crazy, ain't he? Kid's crazy, dude. He wants to try to make a start already. Yeah, dude, football obviously ramping up. Baseball winding down because who cares at this point? You know what I mean? Because who cares anymore? No, I got a lot of baseball stuff. And I actually have some more baseball stuff I'm going to wait to talk about in future live streams because it's not time permitting and I already have a lot to talk about today. And he needs a toaster strudel, folks. Did I watch the Indy 250? Nah, I did not. Was it good? Was it good? Man, everyone's busy today, huh? Everyone's busy tonight? It's a busy Sunday? Huh? The world's got stuff going on, dude. And I just want a toaster strudel, that's all. A nice hot toaster strudel. And you know what? I'll be honest, dude. I didn't care to draw designs on my toaster strudel, dude. And in fact, I just put a glob, and then a lot of times I would fold my toaster strudel and get it all over. I keep it real, dude. Like if you can hate me for who I am, but the boy keeps it real. You know what I mean? So I need a toaster strudel. That's all. That's all, dude. It's a slow start. The orange man awfully chummy. You got the wave the green flag. That's stupid. I want to go to the race. Over 1 million people try to get free tickets. Goodness. Nah, I didn't even see that was going on. Let me see. When was that? Today? Yesterday? I didn't even see that. I don't know. Did not know. Um, yeah. Dang, there was something else about football I was gonna say. I got to get tickets to the bobblehead game. I'm definitely gonna go to the George Kittle bobblehead game. But then, in the Youth Check bobblehead is January 3rd, and I'm planning on being in Nashville. So I won't be able to make that one. But I'm just happy that the 49ers are bringing back bobbleheads, Yeah, Ennis Cantor's an idiot. It's just like it's the most smooth-brained, you know, 6th grader edgy point he's trying to make. It's so stupid. Dave from Elk Grove's here. I did get a haircut, yes. Well, I don't know if I got a haircut I just cut my hair. Now, maybe he's preparing for a movie role. You know what I mean? Maybe he's got an upcoming movie role and I had to cut my hair for that. I don't know. There's stuff going on, dude. There's stuff going on. Now, all I know is besides wanting a toaster strudel, like my life depended on it, I miss my hair already. You should look up the video of him waving the green flag on a meme one day. He's just like so happy. All right. I don't want to see his stupid face, but let's see if I can find it. I'm gonna look on Reddit. I'm not gonna search for it because it'll just be news sites with their embedded player, and it won't work right, and it'll be stupid. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to talk politics, but Hakeem Jeffries is an idiot. He needs to get out of there. Just idiot. Just stupid idiot. And the Kushners are just evil idiots. They're all stupid. I'm tired of them. I'm not going to talk politics, though, until I get a toaster strudel. Right? I don't know. I can't find it. If you can find a link, then I'll watch it. But I just don't want to see the stupid face. Whoa, though. Brawl in the stands at the White Sox versus Mets game? We might have to watch this, huh? Hold on. Let's see what's going on here. You guys see this? So this is at Rate Field. Oh, they're tumbling and stumbling. The guy in the Oaksterdam Blazers jersey is like, "What's up, dude? I had nothing to do with it." Oh, and they're still going at it. How does a fight stretch that far down the thing? You know what I mean? Because usually the fights are people near each other, but they're just really spreading the love. Man, I wish this was a little better quality so I could really frame by frame through this. There's one guy tarps off, or did his shirt get ripped off? The Oaksterdam Ballers guy sat back down. Uh, they're still going at it. Security's there. Oh, they got the tarps off guy. Oh no. Old woman in the front row is all upset. I feel you, Grandma. I feel you. I was just standing outside that ballpark like last week. Isn't that crazy? It all comes full circle, folks. Tarps off and the red shirt guy are really yelling at each other. When I see like the red shirt guy, I mean, he's missing a hat, but like, I always think like you just went to a baseball game and just like put on a red shirt, huh? You just went to the Red Sox game and was like, I'm gonna wear my red shirt. I mean, maybe he had a White Sox hat. Oh wait, did he just hit that guy again? I blinked. Yep, he did. Right in front of security. He just binked him again. Oh, that guy's reckless. The red hat guy. Red hat guy's Oh! Dude, that kid was getting ragdolled everywhere. Hold on. I see I need to watch this whole thing frame by frame. Get to know all the characters, all the lore, all the backstory. So I think the one to watch is this guy right here with the White Sox jersey and the red hat. So he's beating up, I think, that last kid and then the red shirt guy. So red shirt guy and red hat guy seem to be in cahoots. Oaksterdam Ballers guy or Blazers guy is yeah, I don't know if he's just screaming at him, like he's trying to stop it, and then they go down a couple. Oh, look at this kid. There's one kid trying to navigate through it. Just get. Whoa! Did that guy just power bomb him or what? Oh my God! He did a whole jump. Look at that, off the top rope, and just starts wailing. Then he gets slammed. Dude, Gabe, this is way better than SummerSlam or whatever you watch. This is so much better, dude. Security's not doing a darn thing yet. Now there's a woman in the mix. All right, yeah, I'm sorry. I could watch this for days, and I would give them names. I would know their professions. I would do the whole thing, dude. I'll do the whole thing. I'm gonna be playing in the new Eminem biopic. Okay. Cut my hair too. Hey, Lego, what up? Photos from the race are kind of cool. Most of the time, you can see the Capitol and the race. That sounds cool. Give the man a toaster strudel. Now we're talking some sense, dude. I just want a toaster strudel in my life. Like, I don't ask for much. We got the random guy just walking across the other side looking at them like they're full. The Oakster fight was insane. I don't know what fight that is. Bring your camera, go start a fight at Oracle so you can do the breakdown. Dude, I would love that. Let's do it. Valkyries play Lynx in Minnesota tomorrow night. Again already? Dude, what are we, 0-7 against them or something? 6 wins? I was at the Patriots game yesterday and the Eagles fan was fighting a Patriots fan in our section. You didn't film it for us? He hit the sweet chin music in the air. I'd fight any Patriots fan. Impressive drop kick from 2 sections up. I mean, that was a bold move. That was definitely a bold move. And that's some vitriol, right? Clearly someone's aiming to break someone's ribs. Yeah, that was a wild one. I might bring this one back in a little bit because I want to keep watching it. But we got to move on, dude. Until I get a toaster strudel, we got to move on. Man, that was a good one. I want to just show off the swag because I finally got my box of stuff, and I'm gonna do some cup rating. We haven't done cup rating in a long time, dude. Okay, we haven't done cup ratings in a very long time, but dude, it's well overdue. And by golly, do I have some good ones? By golly, does your boy have some good ones, dude? I didn't even post the live stream yet. Give me a moment, dude. Everyone mingle amongst each other. Figure this out. What the heck is this? I don't want to post a reel. You know what I mean? Just mingle amongst yourselves, introduce each other, talk. There's refreshments in the lobby. Go get your refreshments. Oh, he needs a toaster strudel, doesn't he? Yes, he does, folks. Yes, he does. I don't know why I got toaster strudel on the brain, but I don't know. Something just hit me. I had some shredded pollo enchiladas today. Just what the doctor ordered. You know what I mean? Hit the spot. I'll tell you what. And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. If you got an issue with that, my lawyers are on standby always. So, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear nothing about it, dude. That's, that's that. Just watch your tone. Just watch your tone, dude. Just remember, I did shake Mr. T's hand last week. It's a different world. It's a different world now. We're playing in a whole different stratosphere now, folks. We're on a whole different level nowadays. I shook Mr. T's hand. Keep that in mind when you want to get crazy. When you want to get, you want to run your mouth. Remember the caliber of person you're going up against. Someone who shook Mr. T's hand at Wrigley Field. Just, that's fair warning, dude. You can't say you didn't know. You can't say you didn't know. You knew. Portland Fire showed their new mascot. It's like a dragon. It's not bad. I don't like the little dress, like the jersey dress it's wearing though. It looks like a moo-moo. And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. And I still don't like their name, Portland Fire. It's just too on the nose. You know what I mean? It's just too, like, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't like it. And I'm never going to like it. So, and the fact that the whole, West Coast is dealing with fire issues all the time now. I think there's a big fire out near Reno right now. It's just why name it fire. You know what I mean? It's like naming it the Portland vaccine deniers. Someone DoorDashing the damn strudel. William, I am upset. I am upset you did not film it. Valkyries are all-time 07 versus the Lynx. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. I'm gonna break out and start singing It's a Different World. Did you see the rest of the A-team? No, I didn't. Just Mr. T. But me and Mr. T are like this now. We're like this. Pacific Coast Pharaoh mode. I haven't gotten that mode in a long time. Portland Fireworks has a previous W. I know the history, dude. I know the history. The whole West Coast is on fire half the year, so maybe choose a different name. All the major cities burned down at one point. I mean, yeah, that's kind of my point. Like, it's like the Portland murderers, I don't know. Chicago's MLS team is called the Fire. I didn't even notice that. All right, let's talk about swag, dude, and we'll rate these cups because, dude, it's an important thing. These cups are changing how I see things. You know what I mean? Like, first I shake Mr. T's hand, right? That changed things. I leveled up in that moment. I leveled up, and then now we got these cups, and it's just something to talk about. First of all, I'm going to be all over the place because everything was just thrown in a box, but free koozies, of course. Got the Field of Dreams koozie, 2 different versions. Got the Corona one from the Corona booth and the Netflix one. So Netflix had a booth and they're giving this away. What is this? A card? I didn't even open this. What is this? This like newer existing members can redeem. Oh, I get a free month of Netflix, dude. Look at that. All right. And your boy's a brokey. So he'll take every little bit he can get. He'll take every little scrap he can get. Well, that's cool. And then you guys may remember I got the same bat from the same company for Rickwood Field when I went to Rickwood Field, and they had one for the Field of Dreams game, so I had to get it right here. This was, what is it called? The Pillbox Bat Company. They do really cool souvenir bats. I don't know if they do anything else. I don't know if they make real bats, like full-size bats, or just souvenirs, but every time I've seen one of these, it's been beautiful. Pillbox name pays tribute to the old downtown park in St. Paul, Minnesota. So small that, nicknamed the Pillbox, hits over the left and right field fences were only awarded 2 bases. The Pillbox was not a thing of beauty, but to us, the story of the Pillbox is the story of what being a baseball fan is all about. It was that place folks would go to after work to grab a beer and cheer on the home team and with whomever was sitting on the next bleacher. It was that place that everyone took pride in, because even if it was a sorry excuse of a ballpark, at least it was their sorry excuse of a ballpark. And don't you dare say otherwise, you hear? Oh, these are my kinds of people, man. We make baseball goods for the fan of the game of any era. I mean, these are my type of people, right? I love that story, and it was cool because St. Paul Saints played in the minor league game here, and the Twins played in the major league game. So this was a perfect company to have this. But just a beautiful, beautiful bat. It's got both team logos on it. It's got, what is that, the ballpark on it? It's got like a stadium on it. Yeah, the field. Dyersville up top. Yeah, dude, beautiful. And like I said, I got the one for it's got corn right here and I like they use the old Phillies logo, like the throwbacks they were wearing. Yeah, just a beautiful bat, man. I like I said, I got the Rickwood Field one, so had to get that one too. And they make cool stuff, so shout out the Pillbox Bat Company. You know what I mean? Now imagine only awarding 2 bases because the fences were so short. They could have did that. They could have took away some of Babe Ruth's home runs when the Yankees were playing at the Polo Grounds, couldn't they? You know? All right. Then let me try to find the Field of Dreams stuff specifically. This is Wrigley stuff. This is, no, that's Wisconsin stuff. Where's all my... Oh, right here. In my baseballism bags. What's in here? Manfred said tonight they want to do another Rickwood game. Did they? Where'd he say that? Because I was just thinking about that, because I watched, if you guys haven't seen it, let me see the name of it. I just watched it today while I was editing earlier. Speaking of, so the Field of Dreams, the full video should be out. The MLB video should be out. I'm trying to get it out Tuesday, so I'm gonna try to finish it tonight and tomorrow. But Bob Kendrick from the Negro League Museum was on All the Smoke Baseball. Great interview. They talked about Rickwood, and yeah, if they do Rickwood again, I'm gonna try to go. Oh, there was nothing in this one except my old stuff. I feel like I'm missing stuff, dude. I think someone stole. I already showed some of these in the video you saw, so I did get this MLB branded, and it was absolute trash. Only worked for about 20 minutes and did not really even work. I couldn't even really feel it. And I knew that was a possibility because before I bought it, I asked, it was like some young girls working the booth. They didn't really know. They were just like, volunteers from probably high school students from the area. So it's not like they're from the MLB to know, right? But I was like, are they charged right now? Like if I buy it, will it work? Because I'll buy it right now if it's charged. And they said, we turned one on and it worked. So I was like, okay, let me buy it. And yeah, I got about 20 minutes out of it. Absolutely worthless. Interviewed him on the Braves Brewers Williamsport broadcast. Alright, now what else do I got in here? Oh, Field of Dreams band. Like one of these. Field of Dreams band. Oh, a magnet. Field of Dreams magnet. So I can put that on my fridge. That'll go up on my fridge right after this. A whole bunch of stickers. Whole bunch of stickers, dude. I got the Field of Dreams stickers, and I got Is This Heaven with Iowa, the shape of Iowa. So I got a ton of stickers, dude. I'm a sticker guy. He's a sticker guy. I mean, what are you supposed to do with him? You ain't feeding him toaster strudels, so he's got to go crazy with stickers. All right. I got the same thing, Is This Heaven Iowa pin. This is just a simple pin. I think a lot of these, the things I just showed you, are from Baseballism. So they have a Baseballism store at the movie site, and it's the permanent store. So like the permanent gift shop at Field of Dreams is also a Baseballism store, which I think Baseballism has a lot of cool stuff, but I also do think it's overpriced. I blame Fanatics for a lot of it. I blame Fanatics for a lot of it, folks. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Lithium batteries aren't allowed to be fully charged. The battery's gonna last. Yeah, I guess that's what it was. Whatever. All right. And then I got the very controversial sticker pin. There. It's just a sticker pin. I did tell myself I would stop buying sticker pins, but I had to. I'm probably never going back to this game. You know what I mean? I had to get something, and I will only. I mean, unless I'm rich. Like if I'm rich and the channel blows up, which obviously is not going to happen at this point. But if it did, maybe I would go to Field of Dreams again. I mean, I want to go to the movie site, like separately, but the actual game, I don't have any plans to ever go back unless it's like Giants Dodgers. That would be my dream. Giants Dodgers wearing some old New York and Brooklyn uniforms would be the best. But yeah, so I got that. I broke my rule, and I've been good. I hadn't bought any in a long time, but this one made it all worth it. This is the minor league game pin, and this is an awesome pin. Great quality. St. Paul Saints, Iowa Cubs. This is heaven. I mean, just yeah, really cool pin with the pennant and the corn. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this pin. The only problem is it's kind of big, so I'm not gonna like put it on a hat probably. But I did wear a Rickwood Field pin, minor league pin to the minor league game. Another sticker. I got a bunch of stickers because I put the stickers on my luggage. All right, got a whole bag here. It's a magnet. Yeah, magnet with the logo, the thing for my fridge. So that'll go on my fridge right after this. And I got a couple of the pins, so I have extras. And then I got the souvenir ball. Is that upside down? Yeah. It's got the cornfield on it. It's got the teams on it. I don't really like, honestly, I didn't look at this close. I don't like that it has the matchup here and then just the matchup here again. It's kind of like, well, you could have put something else on it. This ball's not very good. So if I would have looked closer, I might not have bought this. But I did. Nothing I can do about it now, folks. All right. And then we got the game program. And luckily, this in my bag and in the box home stayed in really good condition. I do wish I would have tried to get this autographed. I didn't even think about it, dude. I'm not really like a huge autograph chaser. They got a scorecard section, which is cool. Yeah, I should have tried to get this autographed, but whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty good program. Pretty good program. And I run a strict program, folks. You know? Liking the hat you have on today. Then the brown one? I like the brown one. Windcraft, please sponsor. That's crazy, dude. It's not sponsored. Not sponsored. You know. But yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, now I'll show the Cubs stuff. Dude, you don't like the khaki Rickwood hat? I like the patch on it a lot. Just this one's cool because it has hair reveal, dude. Haircut reveal. This has the Giants logo on it, which is cool. So they sold the same exact one with Cardinals logo and with Giants logo, which I thought was cool. The cup. Let's do the first cup. All right. Here is the Field of Dreams official souvenir cup. Why won't it focus? There we go. Okay, so it's got, I don't know if these are supposed to be bases or just like things. I don't know. Versus Twins with the corn in the background. And then, is that even supposed to be? I mean, it's got lights. And then the bottom, it's got like the wood, MLB at Field of Dreams, the teams, MLB Field of Dreams. So this, and the build quality of this cup is fantastic. I mean, this cup will last forever. I don't know about the graphics. Like, these might peel a little bit. It doesn't seem like it, though. But this is about as good as it gets build quality-wise. This is fantastic build quality. So, here's my breakdown of this one. I love that it's got the teams. I love that it's got Field of Dreams there. I just feel like it could have. I don't like that the background is just like some photoshopped generic background. I wish it was a real picture of the ballpark. And I wish like the main graphic of the cup is just the two teams playing. I kind of wish it had a big Field of Dreams logo in one spot. Make this a little bit smaller, and then have like the Field of Dreams logo in the middle. And then it doesn't say anything about Dyersville, Iowa. It doesn't say anything about Iowa. So it's missing. I just feel like it's missing information. But I do love the graphics and the build quality. I'm gonna say this might be like a solid 7.8, which is a really good score. If you guys know, I'm tough on these cups. I'm a tough cup raider, dude. So no, let's do 7.6. This is a 7.6, right? It's gonna lose a point for just the style of just having a generic photo instead of like a real photo, or at least like combine real photo with like the real ballpark. It's going to lose another point for not saying anything about Dyersville. And the thing is, like, also, it could have the date. Like, you already are specifying that it's this matchup. So just put the date on it. Because you don't need to sell this on multiple occasions. Just put the date. So that's why it's going to get knocked down to a 7.6. But that's still a very solid score. I would say it would probably be like 6.5 if the build quality wasn't so fantastic, but it's maybe the best built souvenir cup I've ever gotten. It's fantastic. So, and of course I always leave room for innovation, and there's no innovation here. So, you know, if without innovation, it's hard to go over a 9. That's almost unheard of, but stick around, stay tuned, folks. But yeah, let's say 7.6. That's a very good score. I'm happy with this cup. I'm pretty much happy with anything over a 6. So a point and 6/10 over my my threshold is a darn good score. It's a darn good score, dude. Clap it up. Clap it up. Lost connection for the moment. You're tough on these cups because you are radical. That's true. I am radical. And what's up, Cameron? Until I get a toaster strudel, I'm not gonna be nice. Okay? All right, let's get to some of this Wrigley stuff. These little decals are super cool. I'm gonna put these on my luggage. I got some other ones that I already put on my luggage as well that weren't like official. These are official. These are Windcraft, of course. But I got some from like a shop down the street that had Wrigley Field and some Chicago stuff that I put on my luggage. But pretty cool. Simple signs. I'm not gonna put the Cubs one, but I'll put the Wrigley one. Like the only team stickers I'll put on any of my stuff like luggage is my teams, or maybe like a defunct team that I thought was cool or something. But I'm not gonna put like an active team sticker on my stuff that's not my team. And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Before I get to that, this place I did an episode here. It'll come out in 3-4 years or something. The Mining Museum and Rollo Jameson exhibit in Wisconsin, in Platteville, Wisconsin, as you can see. I got a sticker of the little mine train they have. I got to ride this bad boy. That's right, dude. Things have changed, dude. Things have changed. He rode this, and then he shook Mr. T's hand the next day. Just remember what you're working with here. Just remember what you're working with. When you come at me, just remember I'm a guy that rode this mine train in Wisconsin, then the next day was at Wrigley Field shaking Mr. T's hand. So keep yourself in line, dude. Keep yourself in line. Right? It's not for play. We're not for play around here. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind, dude. Anyways, I got a postcard just because I thought the pictures were cool. So I got to tour that mine and do an episode. 1845. Look at that. Platteville, Wisconsin. It was such a cool museum. And then I was hoping they had pins, but I don't think they didn't have. Oh shoot! I just dropped that. So they had, I think this is zinc. That was from the mine, and then this cool little train magnet. I just thought it was cool, so I was like, I'm a train guy. I'll get a train magnet in amber. You know, like this is like Jurassic Park. If you want to start a new Jurassic Park, but you want to grow trains on an island, then you have to get this, and you have to fish out the train from the amber and get its DNA, and then you grow it, and then you combine it with frogs or whatever. You saw the movie. And then yeah, I had to get a little bit of zinc from the zinc mine. And then I got a shirt because they have the famous boxing squirrels, taxidermied boxing squirrels. Okay? I did post it in the Discord. So I had to get the shirt to commemorate because I love boxing squirrels. So he saw boxing squirrels. He toured a lead mine. He rode this mine train. And then he shook Mr. T's hand the next day at Wrigley Field. And it's just like, you guys are going to have to just watch your tone the way you talk to me. You guys are going to have to watch your tone the way you talk to me now. You know what I mean? Things are different. Things have changed. Things have changed. And I'm not for play. What's up, Mikey Mike? Will Clark will always own the Cubs. Giants fans from the California Dodgers territory. SF Giants for life. Heck yeah, dude. All right. Then, which ones are these? So Wrigleyville, around Wrigley Field, has all kinds of stuff. All kinds of shops and whatnot. So there was a shop that had, luckily, the matchup pin. So I got to see, the rivalry. Cardinals Cubs. So he saw the rivalry game, and he also shook Mr. T's hand. Just remember that. And so this place, This is a big old shop. They do their own pins. This pin was awesome. With the Wrigley Field sign and Wrigley Field underneath it. Just a really cool pin. I went pin stupid, dude. Then they had the Harry Carey logo. Big Harry Carey guy. I'm a big Harry Carey guy. Okay, so I got the Harry Carey pin. And then this is the official matchup pin. So the other one is the unofficial, the Wrigleyville store one. And this is the official. And this one has the date of the series. I went to 2 games in this series. Joshua Baez hit 3 home runs in his major league debut at this series, right? So it's historic. So these are the 2 pins. I think they're both cool. Yeah. I like the brick on the official one. I think there should be a little more ivy on it, though. But, yeah, pretty cool. This one doesn't have the dates. This one has the actual dates, so. Your boy's coming out on top, no matter how you slice it, right? And then, this was, I think, an ornament. It's an ornament, so I might not make it an ornament unless I usually have like a little Christmas tree in my apartment, but I'm also a lonely sad boy, so it's like there's no reason for me to have anything decorating my apartment. But I got a Wrigley Field freaking ornament, dude. Look at that, the friendly confines, folks. And you guys know I collect the mini stadiums, so I was just like, ah, dude, I'm getting this. And I might just take out the hook and just have it as a mini stadium. Yeah. I was right in there. Look. Hold on. Right in there, dude. Right. Wait. I can't do it because of the thing. Right in there, dude. Right. Closer. Let's do that. Right in there is where I shook Mr. T's hand. Right over there. So, you know, it gets real. It gets real around here. I don't know what to tell you, dude. You can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. You know? Can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, folks. Alright. And then, wait, where'd the other bag go? Oh, there it is. Oh, here's an Alcatraz patch. This is actually my niece's. She forgot it. Alright. Now we got, look, a whole nother bag, dude. The kid went stupid. The kid shook Mr. T's hand and was like, you know what? Things have changed. Things have changed. I'm going to go ahead and go stupid out here in Wrigleyville. Right? He did. He went stupid. The kid went stupid. All right. And look, I got to say, hold on. Before we even do this, William, if you're still here, okay, I got lucky with my Field of Dreams tickets. And then William hooked me up with a Catalina Club ticket. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Hooked me up with a ticket, which saved me a ton of money, which is one of the reasons I was able to go souvenir stupid. So thank you so much. It was awesome. And yeah, I'll show some of the Catalina Club stuff in a moment. All right. So I got some really cool stuff from in here. So they had 2 different magnets, dude, and I didn't know what to do. And I bought one and I saw the other one. I liked it better. I don't know why they had multiple magnets for sale of the same thing, but there was 2 magnets. So I got this one first, which is just like an acrylic, right? And then this is steel. And this one was just way cooler. And I was like, man, I already got this one. Should I just get it? But I also like that this said Cubs win. Because I don't know if they usually put Go Cubbies, but I know they put Cubs win. So I was like, it's more official, it feels like. So I don't know if I'm going to give one away or I don't know. Or I'll just put both of them on my fridge. I don't know, dude. Maybe someday I'll be rich and I'll have a garage fridge. And then I'll put one on the garage fridge. I don't know, dude. You know? What do you want from me? I shook Mr. T's hand, so watch what you say. Watch what you say. And then, wait. This pin I got. This pin I got from a trailer down the street from the ballpark. They actually had some really cool stuff. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There it is. So just the sign, very simple. And as you can tell, I love the marquee. I love the it's one of my favorite things. I love an old sign. I love a marquee. I love baseball. I love old ballparks. It's just everything I like into one piece of whatever it's made out of. Metal. I don't know. And oh, I think I show it in the video when I actually put the video out, but the back of the sign is the like white and green version that used to be on the other side. So I think they flipped it around. But if you go in the ballpark, hidden behind the vendors, you can actually see the back of that. Where's... Okay, here we go. Here's the other one. I got this one also with that sign one. I also got the scoreboard from... This is from the trailer down the street. So just a simple scoreboard sign pin. All right, and then the official pins, they had a lot of cool ones, man. Like Wrigley has some really cool stuff, and I'll probably talk about it more when I put the episode out, hopefully at the end of this week or early next week. But they are so good at Wrigley about connecting their history and promoting it and embracing it and all that. So they just do a really, really good job of that. So I love this, the 400 sign, center field sign with the ivy around it. It's just a great pin. And then this is kind of just their big marquee pin, the official one. And as you can see, it says exclusive. Wrigley Field exclusive. You can only get this pin at Wrigley, folks. You only get this pin at Wrigley. And you know, you can only apparently shake Mr. T's hand at Wrigley too. It's just a whole lot going on. And then there was a little bit of a mystery because I went to open this bag and I was looking at my stuff after. And this pin was in there, and I don't remember buying this pin. So I don't know if this guy just threw it in, and then I couldn't find the receipt to check if I even paid for it. I think I did, though. I think I remember because of the 150th anniversary in 2026. So I think I was like, oh, let me get that since I'm here 2026. But just a cool anniversary pin. And then I happened to walk by. I didn't even know they did this. But I happened to walk by, and they had a stand for your first visit to Wrigley. So you could sign up. They give you a pin, dude. They give you a pin and they have a photo op. Okay? And they give you a certificate. And they put your name on it with the date and they give you a pin. And then you can take a picture with the sign. Now, there was no vetting process, right? So I could have been lying. But you guys know me, dude. You guys know me. I play it straight, right? I play it straight. I wasn't going to lie about this. So I got my pin and certificate. This is something that Gamer Athletics does not have. Okay? But yeah, I just thought it was super cool. I'm also missing a pin in here that is kind of bugging me. Hold on. I got to find this pin. Hold on. Everyone talk amongst yourselves, mingle for just a second. I'm going to find this because I'm missing one. And that's not cool. I'm looking. I'm looking. Oh, where is it? It is not cool. We're good. Crisis averted, folks. All right, I found it. We're back. We're back. I hope you guys had your you got a tinkle break or something. We're all good. We're back. It keeps buffering. Mine's not showing any issues. Is anyone else having issues? It's saying excellent on my end. So this is probably my favorite pin. It wasn't in the bag because I took it out because I took a picture of it, and we did a funny version of this in the Discord. So if you saw the Discord, you've already seen this. But the "Be Alert for Foul Balls" sign. Come on, there it is. So these signs are up around the ballpark. I just thought they were super funny and cute, and I love this. I absolutely love this. So there you go. Be alert for foul balls, folks. It gets real out here. And then I got the coin. Now, all right. I usually don't go this souvenir stupid. But Wrigley Field, folks, was my number one, like, wish list ballpark to go to. It was my number one my whole life. So I was like, I gotta go stupid on the souvenirs. So I got one of the stupid coins. Now these are stupid, right? Highland Mint. I know they're stupid, but I just thought it was cool, dude. And I was just like, who knows if I'll ever make it back here, you know? I can't take it out. It's not coming out, but come on. There we go. Wrigley Field, Chicago. April 23rd, 1914. Commemorative coin. So I have a dream. And I've been putting stuff together for my display case in my living room and all that. And I have a dream. I mean, I'm already like running out of space. I have way too much stuff to even fit in there. Luckily, I've been lucky enough to, the last few years especially, compile a lot of cool souvenirs and memorabilia. But I really want someday to have like more space, like a whole man cave or something, and just have like, a Wrigley Field section where I have all this stuff, and then get some like, freaking Sean Dunston autograph and, some of my guys, dude, Andre Dawson. And then I got a magnet that has infield dirt, game used dirt, authenticated. You know what I mean? Game used dirt magnet. And I had to get, because I'm a dirt guy, I had to just get the game used dirt. And I really like that their sticker is like old school like that. And that's kind of what I mean about Wrigley, is they're really good at like embracing that vintage baseball. We're old, we've been around a long time. This is America's pastime. All that stuff, they're really good at that. And you can even just see it with the graphics on their merch, on that foul ball, watch for foul ball sign. It's not all shiny and cool with new graphics, you know what I mean? It's like an old school sign. And yeah, so I just love that Wrigley does that. And I'll just say, like, Wrigley lived up to expectations. I've been waiting my whole life, and other than the weather, it was awesome. So yeah, I got so much dirt everywhere, dude. Right? I got the John Thurman Field dirt right here. I got I don't know, there's a bunch of dirt. But now I got some Wrigley dirt. So yeah, my dream is to at some point have a big enough display case for like every ballpark I go to and stuff. I can have a whole little section with like dirt and souvenirs and memorabilia from that team and that location. And so yeah, that's kind of why I collect this stuff, because I'm like, it motivates me to work harder, to be like, one day you'll get a man cave or something, I love this stuff, man. I'm a souvenir guy, folks. I'm a souvenir guy. And I love the Harry Carey pin. Harry Carey pin's awesome. And then I got some cups. So, like I mentioned, I got to get tickets to the Catalina Club. Thanks to William. Hold on, let me fix this. And it was just freaking awesome. I want to go back next year when the air show is. That park looked awesome. That was crazy. So there was one point, I didn't get this on camera because I wasn't filming. There was one point right after the game. Like the game had just ended. Well, not just ended because I like wander around and stuff, but I go outside. I'm right under the marquee. Everyone's out there taking pictures and stuff. And a jet buzzed the tower so fast and so loud, I thought we were going to die. It was insane. I think it would have been better if the weather was better too. I think we would have had more passes and stuff, but unfortunately the weather wasn't that great. Shot Simple, what up? So yeah, I got to go to the Catalina Club. I stole some cups. Okay? So the Catalina Club is, I think I explained this last week, but it's right behind home plate in the upper level, right underneath the booth where Harry Carey was and all the broadcasters are, and the press box and everything. And it's called the Catalina Club because the Chicago Cubs used to do spring training on Catalina Island off the coast of California in the 1920s to the 1940s. And so what was really cool is they had a little merch shop in there, and they had Catalina Club exclusive pin. So in nautical flags, it says Cubs. So I was like, how cool is that, man? In my first series in Chicago, I get to go to the Catalina Club, and I get an exclusive pin of the Catalina Club. Really, really juiced about that. And now, here's another cup I took. This, I think, was a beer cup. Really, like I said, look how vintage it looks. Chicago Cubs, founding member, National League. Like, how cool is that? You know what I mean? Come on, dude. Come on. So yeah, just an awesome, cool, old school, vintage looking cup. I just love that. I love that the Cubs really hold down the vintage baseball aesthetic. And then I got a souvenir soda, okay? I got a souvenir soda. And this was the cup I got. This was the cup I got right here. Okay? Now, I mean, there's so much going on here. Let me get the focus back. Let's get the focus back, dude. There we go. Okay. I mean, you got the old school Cubs. Watch the Cubs play ball. Old photos, old jerseys, old Wrigley. There's the way the sign used to look. I think it was more green though. Look, old roster champions, Wrigley Field, 1937. Looks like it's probably from a program or something. Old roster card, 150th anniversary. Just the old like programs and stuff, old tickets. Look at this old ticket. National League versus American League, 1945. Bleacher seat, $1.20. Captain Chance's celebrated Chicago champion Cubs. Watch the Cubs play ball. Press ticket. Another old picture. I mean, just... and the build quality is a tiny notch below this. And this is, like I said, this is the best build quality in a souvenir cup I've ever seen. And this is just a notch below. Great build quality. I mean, this is just phenomenal. This is just phenomenal, dude. And this is a moment, kids. This is a moment. We've been talking about souvenir cups on this channel for 2 decades, right? 2 decades we've been on this channel talking about souvenir cups. And I gotta say, I think this is the best one of all time. I'm putting that out there. Baja Blast for the first time. Oh, nice. This cup, I couldn't. It's hard to say I could be happier with a cup than this one. I mean, you got Wrigley Field all over it, so you got the location. That's big for me. You got all the Cubs. You know who it is. It's got this is the timestamp. It's telling you this is a 2026 cup. It's the 150th anniversary. Maybe the best part. No sponsors. No sponsors. I mean, this is just incredible. This is incredible. And it's vintage. It's showing the history. Like, this is giving me everything I want in a souvenir cup. This is the most... This is the holy grail of my collection. My souvenir cup collection. It's just phenomenal. So I think... Oh, and it comes with lids. Comes with lids, dude. And the lid is not flimsy. It's not like just a temporary lid. Like, I took this lid with me. I can continue to use this lid. Look at the build quality of the lid. I mean, guys, the game has changed. Now I'm shaking Mr. T's hand. I'm getting souvenir cups that blow the lid off, right? Things have changed around here. Okay? I mean, this is just... this is going to get the highest score I've ever given. And I've thought long and hard about it. I've been trying to dissect this thing. I've been trying to find flaws. I've been trying to find cracks. Right? I've been trying to find things that I can exploit in this thing. Right? I've been trying to find little loopholes and back doors to try to take this thing down. I'm trying to disprove this cup. And I can't. So this cup right here. This cup is a 9.6. Oh my God. Oh my God. A 9.6, he says? I mean, look, even the bottom, celebrating 150 years. I mean, it's telling you what's happening. No sponsors. Great build quality. History up the wazoo. It's got the event. It's got Wrigley Field all over it. It's got history of the club. You can immediately see it and know it's a Cubs cup. It's just everything you want in a cup. Now, why is it not a perfect score, you ask? I hear you all talking about it. It's not a perfect score because, like I said, I always leave room for innovation. Now, the lid is a great concept because other places have had lids, but they're just the flimsy temporary lids. This is a good quality build lid. So that's what bumps this up to a 9.6. So otherwise, this might be a 9.4. Because I try to leave a point. I try to leave a full point for innovation. But this cup is so good, it blows past that to a 9.4. And then you have a little bit of innovation with this lid, and now you're at a 9.6. Yeah, you're at a 9.6 there. This is the Mona Lisa. You're right. This is people should be lining up down Waveland Avenue for this. And what do I mean by innovation? Well, the inside could have a design. You could go crazy. It could have lights in it. It could light up. It could, it could fly. I don't know. But you just have to leave a little, you got to leave a little bit of space for innovation. Because what if I was to give this cup a 10, a solid 10, just like it's a perfect cup. And then next year they come out with a version of this, but then it lights up on the inside and makes your sweet tea look like a firefly tea with lightning bugs in it. Now where do I go? You know what I mean? So you got to leave room for innovation. And again, the only innovation I could see is some sort of gimmick like that. Or I always hope that there's going to be like a cup with inside graphics. I do think maybe the Giants had one that had like a SF, like just a gray SF in one of them. If I remember correctly, I think we talked about that on here a year ago at least. But what if it had inside graphics or just looked like Ivy? Oh my God. Now that would make this a 9.9. You got to leave a point just for like if they put some electronics in it. But if this inside looked like Ivy, then it would be, hey, come on, that's a 9.8, 9.9. But this is everything you want in a cup. And it's just amazing. This is as close as you're going to get to a perfect cup out there in Major League Baseball. You know, and it helps that the Cubs are, you know, have a lot of awesome vintage history that they can pull from. That helps for sure. Because it's like the Tampa Bay Rays can't do this. You know what I mean? But that's why you got to leave room for innovation. Tampa Bay Rays, you don't have all this cool vintage history. So what you need to do is put some LED lights in your cup or something. You know what I mean? You gotta have a button that plays sound of like your greatest Tampa Bay moments. Wade Boggs' 3,000th hit or something. I don't know. But this is it, folks. This is the top. We've climbed the mountaintop, basically. We've climbed the mountaintop. It's realer than real, dude. It's realer than real. It's realer than real. That cup has a Bartman on it, then it deserves a 10-10. Yeah, it doesn't have Bartman. I did go to Bartman's section. I did go to his area, and I was like, I got to see it. Got to see where it happened. But I mean, this is just beautiful, man. This is just beautiful. You know, I would say what could get another half a point, a tenth of a point, like 9.7, 9.8, is if it had a couple more recent things, because this is all really old and vintage, which is obviously my favorite. But I think you could stand to throw, you know, some 2016, just a 2016 ticket, or, you know, picture of the World Series trophy or something in here. That would give it another tenth of a point. And maybe some personal acknowledgments of more than just like this, of like some Gold Gloves that were won, you know, and just like, you know, some touching on some of the like Hall of Famers they had playing and stuff. Maybe some Ernie Banks mention or something. That could give you another little thing. But this is just, it's really than real because you're radical. That's right, dude. That's right. So that cup is just, that set the bar. That set the bar. Everything's changed now. I mean, this cup, I'm probably going to keep it on the shelf right behind me. It's so good. It's probably not going anywhere, dude. It's going to be right here. It's going to be right here with Bobble Cheeks. Right? It's going to be right here with Bobble Cheeks, dude. This is the new dynamic duo right here. The new dynamic duo. So yeah, it's awesome. Put his butt there. This channel's found itself at the crossroads of an enormous precipice. That's right. That's right. Speaking of, if I am the anti-influencer, I got into it on a comment chain with Trev's Chirps. And look, I'm not going to say too much. Here's the thing, man. I don't like when people think that success justifies uh, any criticism or any of their actions, and that's what's corny to me. And I didn't have an issue if you know he does his thing and he goes to Giants games and he chirps and he films it and blah blah blah. Cool. I didn't like it. It wasn't my thing, but I didn't have a problem with it, you know, necessarily. But I did have concerns because, like, are you annoying the people around you? Like, obviously, some people around him love it and he has fans. Totally get it. But to me, if you just have one or two annoyed people where you're ruining their experience, I don't care if you have 100 people enjoying it. So that's why I have criticisms or I had concerns. But what really just, I was annoyed that I just kept seeing it in my feed because I'm like, I don't like this and I'm not interacting. Why does it keep showing up? And I don't like just blocking things because maybe he would have something I enjoyed at some point. But what really kind of bothered me is the fact that the old chants, what's the matter with so and so? He's a bum. You're a bum. That is all Giants fan traditions, and that goes back century at this point. And the Dodgers were called the Bums, and it was you call him a bum and bum. It was a whole Giants tradition. The chant is a Giants tradition. He did not make it up. He did not start it. He merely just started using it for his own content, and that it didn't bother me when he's doing it at the Giants games. But then when he takes his show on the road and he's doing it at other games and other ballparks, and it's presented like it's his own thing. So now you got people wearing his shirts and wearing merch that says you're a bum and blah, blah, blah. And they have nothing to do with the Giants. And now you got people in Cincinnati or something doing the chant because they think it's a Trev's Chirps thing. And it's like, no, that's it's like as a fan, if you're part of your fan culture, why would you harm your fan culture by having other fan bases use it just because it helps you get your views? And it's just very selfish to me. It's just very selfish. And that is my issue. There's no jealousy because I do my content the way I do it. I know it's not the best way to grow, but I do everything with integrity. I do everything carefully. I work really hard to refine my videos and really present what I want to present. I know that that's not what the algorithm wants. They want more video. They want videos that are quick, easy to digest, and push a button of some sort. And I don't really do that. And so basically I had some criticisms and he basically had some comments like, well, it's working for me, so I don't care. That's what he said. It works for me, so I don't care. And I said, that's exactly the way I expected you to respond. And he said, oh, I don't care. That was his response. So to me, it's like, you can't justify your actions by just saying, well, it's successful. That's why we have the president we have. All whatever hateful things are done, whatever corruption is done, it's like, well, it's working. So that to me is not an excuse. And look, there's a lot of other creators who have blown past me that I'm not jealous of. Like I always say, Dylan is a dragon, just does a lot of Bay Area sports content. He does a great job. He got to throw out a first pitch recently, like all this cool stuff that obviously I would love to do. And I've been doing content way longer than him, but he played the game right but he does it with integrity. And again, just as a personal thing, nothing to do with, it's not an attack, but Trev's Chirps is a Giants fan. He's like building the culture. He's like part of the culture now, but he's also a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So to me, that already is like, bro, you're not even, you shouldn't even be, and that's not to say you can't be a fan of whoever we want to be, but you also shouldn't be you shouldn't be running the culture. And that's what's annoying. And obviously a lot of people don't care about that. I do, and that's just a me thing. And so I'm not saying he can't do whatever content he wants to do. It's free country, but I'm going to be critical of it when I feel like you're exploiting your fandom and your team's culture for your own selfish benefit. That's what I think is happening, and that's what annoys me. So it is not me being jealous. It is not anything like that. Lots of other creators, are blowing past me, and that's fine. I chose to do my content in a certain way. I chose to have certain standards for myself, and I know that doesn't help. That doesn't help my growth or anything like that. It's fine. I've already given up on ever having this channel blow up. That is not something I even think about anymore because it's never going to happen. The algorithm does not favor my kind of content. So that's fine. But yeah, Trev's Chirps, I just don't think he moves with a lot of integrity. I don't think he cares about that kind of stuff. I don't think he cares about the big picture or long term. It's just all about, let me joke around and it's working for me and I get to do this full time and that's awesome. And that's it. And to me, I don't like when content creators don't acknowledge the responsibility they have. And obviously there's much bigger, important things in life, but also I'm just going to comment on it. That's all. Just got a San Jose Giants Lakes Elsinore game. Nice. You missed we did a whole cup rating and everything. You missed everything. Bay Area throwbacks. Are those other YouTube channels that just do urbex videos for the algorithm? They're nothing more than glorified crew. Yeah, for real. It's like NY rappers using the term trill and people thinking they came up with it. Yeah. It's like a guy being with the Ministry of Defense, you call him an interior decorator. So I was joking in the Discord. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start going to NFL games. Away games. I'm going to go to NFL games. I'm going to go to like a Bengals-Titans game, and I'm going to start doing, and I'm going to get everyone to start doing it, and I'm going to have shirts that say, right? With a little cartoon of me doing it. It's just like, bro, like certain things are supposed to be your team's thing, and it's been going on for decades and decades, and now you're just going to use it for your own personal benefit and promote it and present it like it's yours. And it's like, no. Like my fan traditions that I partake in and I participate in stay at my home thing or within the fandom. You know what I mean? It's weird to me. And so, yeah, I'm critical of it. I don't think it's right. I don't have any personal grievance with him. He can obviously do what he wants, but look, I'm a creator that cares, and it's just annoying. You know what I mean? I think it's annoying. What's up, Marie? Honest question: what city was better, Chicago or NYC? I had a better time in New York, but I don't think it's a fair comparison because I was very rushed in Chicago and the weather was terrible. So I don't think it's a fair comparison. But I will say what I saw from Chicago, I absolutely loved, but I felt like I got the rug pulled from underneath me and I didn't really get to experience it the way I wanted to. Look, man, when it comes to content creating, there's ways to grow and get attention and all that. That's not ever what I've tried to do. I've tried to make my silly little videos. Sometimes they're just obviously just fun. They're just silly. But what I do that for is to keep the ball rolling so I can do the videos that mean more to me. Things like the Rickwood Field video, the last Oakland A's game video. And even ones like when I've talked about like the Tannehill Ironworks in Alabama. I talk about the Civil War and I get to dunk on the Confederacy a little bit. Like that. Those are what really matters to me. It's not just trying to get attention or whatever. And I know that doesn't help me grow. So my point is it's annoying to then be like, well, I'm bigger than you. Or, you know, the people defending him to me, even people that I thought were friends that I was defending, to then be like, well, it's working for him. He's huge. It's like, all right, dude, I could be doing that too. I could have been doing that for a long time. You know, this is not jealousy. I'm a fan who cares about the fandom, and I'm a content creator who cares about the integrity of content. I'm not just doing content to just try to grow at any means, by any means. That's not who I am. That's not who I've ever been. You guys who have followed along know that. There's a lot of different types of videos I could be doing to grab attention and grow if that's just all I wanted to do. And obviously, I'm not saying I don't want to grow. Of course I do. I just hope that there's a way to grow while also doing the type of content I want. And clearly, that is not the case. That is not how it works. Because my Rickwood Field video, let's see what it's at. And I've showed you guys. I've broken it down. I'm not going to do it right now. I've broken it down to you guys how the algorithm screws me over by showing my content with things that have nothing to do with it and all that. So Rickwood Field video has 1.7k views. Not even 2,000 views. And it might be my favorite video I've ever done. It might be the most special experience I've ever had in my life, let alone on this channel. And not even 2,000 views. So obviously, me doing the type of content I want to do is not indicative of being a success in today's social media algorithms. But that's fine. You know, I'm very proud of that video, and it means a lot to me. So it is what it is, dude. It is what it is. You know? I can remember when those other creators used to wait in the car, and as far as I'm concerned, it should still be there. You're in Vegas, Marie? Look at you. I feel like a ton of these big streamers avoid any controversy, which I think is counterintuitive. I feel like they do. I feel like they grasp onto controversy. And also, look, this whole situation with Trev's Chirps, because it did come down to, you know, getting in an argument with a friend of mine that I thought, or someone I thought was a friend of mine too. This is not me clout chasing, because I have not used his name. I've not put his name in titles or in posts or anything like that. So you can't say I'm clout chasing. This is, you guys know I'm honest, and I talk about stuff, and I keep it real, dude. I shook hands with Mr. T, dude. The world has changed. It's different. It's different now. But yeah, Bay Area Throwbacks, you missed it, but I rated the highest rated cup in the history of this channel. 9.6 right here. It's a 9.6. And yeah, I'm very excited about that. Very excited about that. The new bar has been set. Rick Whitfield video is amazing. Should have 100,000 views. Thank you, man. Thank you. I really felt like I put my foot in that one. I wonder if I should just pay for views on that. Like, not pay for views, but pay for promotion. The problem is the promotions usually harm it. But I really feel like the right audience would love that video. It's just the algorithms don't know that. You know, the algorithms don't know how to treat my content when it's all over the place and stuff. And I've talked about this at length. I already know that the algorithm, the way it works, does not work with my content, but I have to be proud of what I put out and not just be like, I got a bunch of views. I rage baited people and it got a bunch of views. Like, I'm never going to be that person. You know what I mean? Thank you, Jake. Care more about being demonetized now as opposed to actually doing good. Granted, Old Plantation or Auschwitz, for example, would be very gross to try to make into content. Gross into meaning of those who suffered. I mean, I'll be honest, right, guy. I want to make videos on all those things, but my videos are not just vlogs of me like, look at me. Like, I look at especially my history videos, I look at them as actual like documentaries, and I just happen to be the vessel. So if I go to Auschwitz, I'm going to do a video about it. I'm also not going to be, being it silly like I usually am. I'm not going to be doing the robot or heel clickers. I know my place, but those are videos that I would love to do because I those are important topics that I think should be presented. And the whole reason I started this channel, the reason I had this idea was because I wanted to show cool things to people that otherwise may not be paying attention to it, may not be paying attention to history around them or historical locations. And again, it turned into doing a whole bunch of sports stuff, which was not my original intention. I was like, I'll do some sports stuff. My first videos, I did candlestick and stuff, but like, that's why I kind of do the sports stuff to get to the more important stories. Community ownership. That's why I do the ballers and roots videos. Billionaire owners exploiting their fan bases. That's why I did the Oakland A's videos. Just special moments for fan bases, like the last Raiders game. Just showing kind of the inspiration of like what that it was so important to me to go to the NBA All-Star game and stuff like that. All those stories are bigger stories to me, which is why I don't just do regular vlogs. I mean, I do some here and there, but like, the basis of what I want this channel to be is more important, more significant stories. So I will not stray away from historical locations with a terrible past. I will talk about them. And I mean, I did the Civil War video at Tannehill Ironworks, and I talked about the slave quarters that were there. I will always do that. I went to Colonel Allensworth State Park, the first, black founded and created settlement in California. I'm not going to stray away from those topics because I don't look at myself. I happen to do YouTube, but I don't look at myself as just a YouTuber or streamer or whatever that's just doing content for the sake of doing content. Like, I look at myself as more of like a documentarian that doesn't have the platform to do actual documentaries. You know what I mean? It was love at first sight, the Preston Castle vid. Thanks, man. That's cool that like you liked that video, and then like, we met each other through the Oakland stuff too, Algorithm rewards conformity. Yeah, I can see that. You're looking at top 10 diamond in the rough YouTube right here, folks. Thanks, man. So my brother, totally able to be respectful to those who died. Yeah. All of those places would be great to make content as long as it's being made the right way. It's history. Yeah. For example, Mr. B said a Holocaust memorial like Auschwitz would be totally inappropriate. Agreed. Sorry if I brought up some very deep topics. I know it brings up trauma like that. Dude, you don't have to apologize. My mom and I took the Anne Frank tour of her house. It's so eerie, sad to actually walk through her house where she actually had a life, and then in the attic where she hid. Dude, I want to go there so bad, Channel spoke to me from the start because the kid keeps it a buck. Thank you. I was like, this guy is me if I do YouTube. Exploring out dope regional gems. I got to do more, man. I got to do more. Saddest part is she died only a month before the Allies made it to Auschwitz. She couldn't stop crying. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, Anne Frank is one of those stories that's just like, if you have a heart, it's going to hit you. So yeah, if I ever go there, I do want to do a video about it. I do. And again, I know what my intentions are. I'm not just a person that's just trying to grab attention. I'm not just selfishly trying to exploit things because I want to make money. So because of that, I will defend my content, and I have no problem doing a video at a controversial place or on a controversial topic. Because I know that I'm not just there to exploit it. There's much easier ways for me to exploit things and make money if that's what my intention was. But this channel is what brings me happiness. It's what gives me some self-worth. So even though I do videos that only get a couple hundred views, I can be proud of what I did because I tried to show something, whether it be present a historical location or just show love to a local place or just show a happy experience and provide some joy, without being just annoying and bratty and like rage baiting or anything like that. It's all very important to me. And even like I recently did the video at just bobblehead night at a Giants game, and I went into the bleachers with Bay Area throwbacks and was watching everyone and filming everyone just grabbing balls during BP like that. I see the bigger picture of that is like that is a cultural thing around baseball that is really cool. Like no other sport has that. So yeah, it's just a vlog, but to me it's like I'm capturing an experience that's really cool, and every baseball fan around the world can connect to it. And even if you didn't know what baseball was, if you were from a country where baseball's not a big thing or whatever, and you happen to watch that video, it might be like, oh, that's crazy. They just hit balls and they get souvenirs, and it's like it's a whole thing. So I always see the bigger picture with my videos, which again holds me back a lot, but that's fine. So my point was with the Trev's Chirps thing, I'm not trying to clout chase. I'm not using his name. It's not in the title. I'm just talking to you guys. You know, this is a small channel. This is a small live stream. And, you know, I'm going to speak my mind. I don't think the way he does content. And the thing is, he's so close to doing content that I wouldn't have a problem with. He's so close. Just adjust it, dude. Just stop doing Giants stuff on the road. It's not yours to take. Make sure you're not bothering people around you. You know, like stuff like that. Just those little tweaks, and I have no problem with it. It's not for me. I don't find it humorous. You know, and the thing is, I like some of those jokes. Like I love the old Hunter Pence signs when they were doing those. I just feel like his delivery is not for me. Like it's not the way he presents the jokes or says the jokes. I'm not a fan of. I'm like a big stand-up comedy guy, so like delivery is something I pay attention to. I just don't think he has a funny delivery. I think someone else could deliver it and actually be a lot funnier. But that's just a personal preference. And that has nothing to do with anything. That's just me speaking my mind. So yeah, there's things he could tweak where I feel like he would have integrity with his content, and someone like me wouldn't even care. Wouldn't be bothered, just like, yeah, do your thing, man, whatever. But as a Giants fan, someone who considers myself part of that fan culture and also makes content around that fan culture, I'm gonna say when I think someone's being selfish, and I think he's being selfish. And I think it's gross the way he just doesn't care about that criticism. He literally said, "Oh, I don't care." That was his response to me. I'm like, okay, all right. And then, you know, mutual friend, like, you should talk to him. Like, you can talk to him, whatever. I was like, dude, I have no reason to talk to him. Because if I talk to him, I'm just going to say that. He's going to get defensive. Whatever, dude. If he can't see it, he can't see it. I can't hold everyone's hand. But, you know, hey, look, plenty of people love what he does. So, whatever. Maybe I'm the weird one. In some ways, Daylight is a great disinfectant. What? You got to know the main characters. Sorry, you just turn Hitler. People should look up his insane beliefs. Sentient part of Israel, the mass problem. Does a disservice for saying everyone creators have to use the term mustache man? I don't. Do they have to do that, or do they just do that? I don't think any of that's real. When people say you have to like censor certain words, I don't think that's real. Like maybe if you go overboard, yeah, you'll get demonetized. But if you say something, a historical name, if you say Hitler, I don't think you're gonna get demonetized. Totally different topic. I'm just kind of emotional. There's this fake AI called Roxy, and time content is supposed to be this attractive woman traveling in time. I found some really cool stuff I do want to show you while you finish that thought. I posted this in the Discord and nobody responded, which really, really made me angry because it might be the coolest thing that was ever posted in the Discord. Extremely irritating this person, whoever is making it, trying to manipulate millennials and making them feel bad about them being stuck in the future, and it's so upsetting. That's weird. That's really weird. All right, yeah, I posted this in the Discord. One of the coolest finds I've ever made. and nobody responded to it. And that's how I know everyone in the Discord is fake. You don't give me toaster strudels. You don't respond to the cool stuff. Just kidding. But these are photos from 2007 of Tiger Stadium, 2 years before it was demolished and a few years after it was abandoned. A few years after the Tigers left. I mean, the shape it's in 3 years later is this would be a dream explorer for me. This would be just the absolute bee's knees explorer for me. You know what I mean? Um just this is from Bob Busser, by the way. Bob Busser Photography. It is watermarked, it's hidden behind my head, but I'll show it to you. Tiger Stadium is in probably my top 5 ballparks if I could go back in time to see. To me, it just perfectly represents this era of ballparks. It's the best example of even the flaws that these ballparks had, like the obstructed views, the poles, all that, which I just love. I did sit behind an obstructed pole for a little bit at Wrigley Field just to experience it. I love this. So I tried to think of my top 5 if I could go back in time, because I was thinking, because I did a little short on Comiskey Field, if you guys saw it. And I was like, I think Comiskey's in my top 5 too. But if I'm thinking about it, it would be Polo Grounds for sure, Tiger Stadium. And then it's from there is where it gets hard, because I think of like the Kingdome in Seattle. Oh, Astrodome. That's like my for sure top 3. So if I did Astrodome, I don't think I'd do Kingdome, just because there's enough similarities there where I get the feel of it. So then from that point, the last 2, if I could do 5, would probably be like a jewel box park, like older parks. So maybe Comiskey, like original Comiskey, maybe Forbes Field, maybe Shibe Park, maybe Ebbets. But anyways, Tiger Stadium for a little bit after the jewel box parks into kind of mid-century and later. This to me is like the best example. So this would be my choice for that type, right? So like for domes would be Astrodome. I mean, all time would just be Polo Grounds. Then I'm like, all right, I got to see like a dome, an old dome. It'd be Astrodome. And then when I think of this era, just all the way through the mid-century, it would be Tiger Stadium. And here's, I mean, obviously someone was still cutting the grass. My parents went to a ton of games at Tiger Stadium. How cool. Remember watching it slowly disappear piece by piece on Google Maps. Wow. Crosley and Forbes Field would be cool. Yeah, for sure. Sportsman Park would be awesome. Even the Baker Bowl in Philadelphia would be cool. Like, there's obviously so many, but it's hard to button down my top 5, but Tiger Stadium would be in probably my top 3. And then Comiskey might round out that 5, along with like Forbes Field or Shibe probably. I might say Ebbets. It's just hard to say a freaking Dodgers stadium I'd want to see, but I do want to see it, obviously. Yeah. And then, dude, I have a thing for like Three Rivers and Riverfront Stadium. I would love to see Milwaukee County Stadium. It's just so many. Just so many. But yeah, I mean, look how cool this is, man. I mean, this ballpark just perfectly encapsulates a whole bunch of decades. Like, this is just, I mean, the light stands, the way the billboards are, the scoreboard hanging over the upper deck on the left side, the fact that it's only just 2 solid decks, it's not multi-leveled. Look at the dugouts, just literally just dug out right there. I love that the overhang, I don't know if it's as pronounced in left field, but for sure in right field, this upper deck overhang really came over. So it was really hard to judge balls going just over the fence. I think it was Ken Griffey Jr. had an incredible home run save and catch here that was really difficult because of that overhang. It's just awesome, dude. It's just awesome. Um, it's a piece of crap, and that's what I like. It's just an ugly piece of crap, and it's everything I love. It's everything I love about the eras of baseball right before I was really into baseball. You know, you see old baseball cards that my dad had and stuff. It's like this is it for me. I think Pittsburgh was Forbes Field anyway. Outfield fence. Yeah, that was Forbes Field. Um, so this guy, Bob Busser, he's got this whole freaking thing. So the park is still there. I think there's a ball field on it now, just like that, just where the stadium was. I think it's still kind of like this. They might have renovated the park more. But if I go to Detroit, obviously this is one of my first stops. Um, I mean, he went into the locker rooms. Just how cool, man. Just how cool. I mean, look at the sight lines here. Just insane. You know, just insane sight lines. Almost looks like they want to mistakenly make a wild other diamond in dugouts in center field. A whole? Do you mean a whole other diamond in dugouts in center field? Like you mean like this right here? It looks like a backstop, dude. It's so cool, dude. And just the fact that these people got to explore this abandoned stadium, this is so cool. God, this is a dream explore for me. Like I got to do Arco Arena, I got to do an NBA arena, but a ballpark like this with this amount of history and this well preserved would be. I mean, look at that tunnel. Look how just not luxurious at all. And then just a straight shot all the way to the back row. The back row has an immediate overhang. You can't see fly balls at all. I mean, just beautiful, man. Just beautiful. God, what a dump. And I love everything about it. Oh, the turnstiles. Oh, dude, see, like if I was ever rich and I had like a mansion, I would have like a museum in my house and I would just get stuff like this. I would get these turnstiles. I would try to find one for sale. Um, if you guys watched my Bullock Museum video in Texas, they had a case that had Astrodome. What was it? Astrodome seat, Texas Stadium seat, and it wasn't Arlington Ballpark. They had another seat. But just seeing that in the museum was so cool. God, those tunnels, man. I mean, it looks just like, you know, San Jose Municipal. I can't get enough. I've been looking at these pictures for like 3 days now, just over and over. Is that the batting cage or no? Maybe. It looks too small. Old Gatorade bucket. Just just incredible pictures. What a dream explorer this would be though. So Bob Busser, man, he shared these on Facebook, um, and just made my week. Made my week. God, and just like look at this upper up on the roof. This thing goes all the way around. Like what did they have up there? Cuz they had like a press box in the middle levels and this is a lot of press box. You don't need that many press boxes. So what was up here? Anything? Look at the JC Penney ad. Dude, it's like a transformer on the lights, like just ugly, right? Like not even no attempt to even make it pretty. Ah, it's just fantastic. And man, that's some significant foul territory right here. If you follow this down, look at that. Did are these bullpens out here? Do you guys know? Anyone know? Did they have bullpens out here? Or did they have bullpens on the field? Uh Tiger Stadium in 2004. All right. One of the fields maintained by a certain group of people. They made an effort to cut the grass, maintain the field. The day the team left, they still maintain the property to this day. That's awesome. Two, when they tore down the stadium, they started playing baseball games on the property. They did that, and the police association bought the property. When the police bought the property, they built a brand new minor league ballpark. They put an AstroTurf field on it, but it's the exact same location. It's more of a little league field than a minor league field. Hey, I gotta check it out. Kind of like the D on the Tiger seat and the side logo. Yeah, dude, I love that. I would love one of those seats. They really did a great job of honoring the history to my remembrance. I've been playing baseball there since like 1890. That's crazy. Hey, missed so many weeks Sunday night live stream. Hope you're doing well. What's up, man? You missed a lot, dude. It's been going down. I shook Mr. T's hand. Things have changed. Things have changed. Pull up on Google Street View. All right, I will. My dad would defend Tiger Stand the day he dies because he's in Detroit when it was open. The overhang was in place, so if they did hit into the overhang, it would be a home run. Yeah, I love the overhang. I think the bullpens were in foul territory. And maybe there's like this thing right here they might have stored stuff in. Upper deck press box was for football because the Lions played there as well. Oh, so they had the press box up here for football? That's crazy. The bull on the field, you look on the right hand side, you can see the dugout for the. So this right here, I guess. But yeah, these seats are cool, especially with the side placard there. I wonder if they sold all these seats or what. That's a dangerous tunnel to walk through. You need a respirator. But yeah, these are just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. All right, let me see. Here is Paul outside Tiger Stadium. So cool, man. I wish I could go. Wish I could go. Oh, let's do. My mom's a Yankees fan, knew it, but I bet she saw tons of games there. Yep, must have. Where was it? Down here? I thought it was down this way. I could be wrong. No, I don't know Detroit that well. It's not that one. Is it here? I like to. Is it this? That's this. Dang, so you can't just go in there on a random day? Dang it, I want to go on the field. You know, in our Discord, we track like the fields we've been on and stuff. We track the ballparks we've been to, the fields we've been on, and we have like a special category for just fields that are no longer where the stadium's no longer there. So I'd like to add this, you know. So it's got like one grandstand and entryway. Is that a Lions logo? I see a Lions logo there. Detroit Lions, it says right there. So do the Lions do practices here or anything, or do they just support the ballpark? Is this the same dimensions? No, it can't be. That center field is nuts. They must put another fence up, huh? Or maybe, I don't know. Because there's no way Officer Duffy is hitting one out to center field. You know what I mean? Ah, man. I want to go so bad. I want to go to Detroit. I want to go to Detroit, dude. And I want a toaster strudel. Did you guys see how I just found it immediately? Didn't look anything up. Just found it manually. That's how good at geography I am. And I shook Mr. T's hand. So just remember these things when you try to come at me sideways, dude. It's off the main drags. Big there. It's there. It is there. It is there. It is there. Doubt the Lions practice there. I mean, they might do some special practices. Oh yeah, that is the dugout. Dang, so their bullpens are right there on the field. Here, so you guys can see. Wow. God, I love it. Oh, I love it so much. But yeah, so I'm mad at everyone in the Discord because everyone ignored that, and it was one of the coolest things that's ever been posted in the Discord. So I'm really angry at all of you. Nobody got me a toaster strudel. I do have an amber train magnet and some zinc from a lead and zinc mine. And I do have dirt from Wrigley Field, right? So I just need you all to just understand, dude. This is not for play. This is not for play. We go hard in the paint on this channel. Remember Tiger Stand in the Death Center was like 500 feet. So it was like that? Damn, it's hard to tell in the pictures. Let me see. I'll bring it up so you guys can see what I'm seeing. I mean, that is far out there, but dang, it looks crazy from the top-down view. Dang, I wish he had a picture from center field. I think that would make it easier, but I don't see one. It doesn't look like whenever they did this Explorer. So I think this guy also was invited in there. He didn't like, he wasn't just an urban explorer based on his post. So it looks like they just stayed like in the bowl. They didn't go to the outfield. It's because I would like to see. I'd really like to see pictures from the outfield there. Like the upper deck even. It's about as close as we can get to the upper deck. Ah, it's beautiful. Ah, she's beautiful, folks. She's beautiful. So shout out Bob Busser, dude. You made my week. Is it normal to have both on the field? It only lasts 20 years. I know we had it at Oracle Park. I mean, you know, just sad Detroit went through a string of terrible leadership. The administration and Kwame Kilpatrick. He was corrupt as it is long. Got pardoned by you know who. Remember when they opened AT&T Stadium? He was on the field too. It's just I know. Thank you for mansplaining it though. I'm well aware. I used to sit there and cheer on my relievers in the bullpen all the time. That was my favorite seats. What else? Oh, I was gonna talk about Oogie Boogie Bash. This went way longer than I thought, but dude, Oogie Boogie Bash at Disneyland, dude. Disney California Adventure. It's you pay like $300. Okay, if you don't know what it is, it's their Halloween party that they have at Disneyland. They shut down the park, and from like 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., it's only special ticketed guests, and they have all these like villain characters that have little walkthroughs. They call them treat walks or something like that. So you walk through, you see the villains, they interact with you because they're all like face characters. They talk to you and stuff. And you get treats along the way. Like cast members give you candy. So you bring a bag and you like trick or treat kind of. Some of the rides are open, not all of them. Some rides open. And there's like a parade that goes by a couple times, like a cavalcade. But dude, you pay like $300. $300. I've never gone, by the way. I only watch the videos. You paid $300. It's only 5 hours long. It starts at 6 p.m. Oh, guess what? Also, it already started. It's August. And the Halloween event is already going on. That is so stupid and ridiculous, dude. And some of you gotta have self-control so we can have a decent world. Like, the holidays aren't even special anymore because it's half the year. Half the year is freaking holidays. Holidays now is August to almost February. Because everyone stretches it into January now. And it starts earlier and earlier. We just skip right over Thanksgiving. It'll just go from Halloween to Christmas. Anyways, it's ridiculous. So you start this Halloween event at 6 p.m. in August. So it's still bright and sunny and hot. And then you pay like $300. The tickets always sell out. Obviously, so I'm the weird one, right? Because tickets sell out. So people cannot help themselves. Nobody has any standards. They just spend whatever. It ends at freaking 11 p.m., dude. You're gonna tell me I paid $300 for a special event ticket and it ends at 11 p.m. It should go till 2 a.m. You should have the whole night basically to gallivant around and grab candy. And the fact it's only 5 hours long and most of that is in the sun is crazy. And every year there's less and less stuff. Most of the rides aren't even open. It's such a scam, dude. And I just wish people had self-control. Because the reason things get worse, not the reason, but one of the reasons things get worse is because people just don't have self-control. And they just continue to support. And they'll go and they'll complain. And they'll be like, this is way worse this year. And then they'll go next year. It's just like, we need to just have standards, man. Oogie Boogie Bash is insane to go to at this point. You are insane to spend $300 to get a couple little snack size, or what is it called? The small size Snickers. Is it snack size? Not snack size. What do they call it? Fun size. You go get candy and see a couple characters for $300, and it's not even nighttime. And then one of the biggest draws is the Wilderness Walk area in California Adventure, where they have it all lit up really cool. But it's not dark till the last hour, and the line takes more than an hour. It's just crazy, man. And I'm telling you, they will continue to do the bare minimum unless we have self-control and stop supporting stuff. And that's not just about Disney or anything. That's everything. That is everything. And of course, sometimes they'll still win, right? Because like right now, Portland Trailblazers, their owner is evil. And just like the A's, if the Blazers fans are like, all right, well, we're not going to go to the games until you sell the team or you stop being stupid or whatever it is, he's just going to use that to then move the team because he's like, well, people aren't going to the games. So sometimes we lose anyways, but we got to have standards and self-control, dude, where we put our money. We have to, you know? Oh, that sounds really great for something. I'll check that out. Everyone gets super depressed during the winter. They have to have a reason to drink in the summer. You don't have to have a reason to drink because you're outside and life is... We know that Jesus was born in December. He was born in springtime. When Jerusalem, you're always in the springtime. They purposely move Christmas to the end of the year for a pagan holiday. Bite size. It's not fun size. For Detroit, I do worry about stuff like gentrification. I mean, yeah. Check out the dinosaur show at the SF Zoo. No, I haven't heard about that. I went to the Oogie Boogie a few years ago, and the best part was everyone sitting on the street waiting for the parade. So I walked on the Guardians, no wait. I mean, that's fine, but Tower of Terror was better. How about that? Are you going to Disneyland? I have no plans to. Um, you know, last time I went to Disneyland was last September, and it feels like it was a couple weeks ago. And time is flying. I can't believe it's almost been a year since I went to Disneyland because it feels like that just happened. Um, but no, I have no plans to go. Um, it's complicated for me because Disneyland was always my happy place. It was like my escape from the real world, escape from trauma growing up and stuff like that. Anything bad that happened, that was my escape. And I still feel that in some ways. But I didn't go to Disneyland for like 10 years until a couple years ago when I took my niece. I went for 2015 for the 60th anniversary, and then I went 2 years ago. So, like 9.5 year difference or whatever. Which was crazy because I used to go multiple times a year, But when I went back, I immediately felt like I was back at home. It felt like I had not left. Everything was still just as familiar. I felt like I was home. But as Disneyland changes, it's always going to change. Like Walt said, it's never complete. It's always going to change. As it changes, the things that make me feel that way, make me feel at home, make me feel happiness, the things that excite me, the things that make me want to plan a trip, that shrinks over time. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller. They don't even do shows at the Golden Horseshoe anymore. Like, there's so many little things. Big Thunder Barbecue's gone because they did Star Wars Village. And look, I love Galaxy's Edge. It's great. I think it's really well done. I think it could be better. I think there's a lot of criticisms, but I thought it was really well done. But it doesn't make me plan a trip. It's not what I go to Disneyland for. And that's the reason I don't really go to Universal Studios or anything, because like I see Harry Potter stuff, the land. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, but I see the land. It looks incredible. It looks super well done. But it's Harry Potter. If it was a whole new world that had nothing to do with anything and it was just you can only experience it there, that would make me plan a trip. Which is why I want to go to Epic Universe to see the dark whatever area, because it does have Universal monsters, but it also has this whole new village and storyline and all this stuff. I like originality. When I go to Disneyland, growing up or whatever, look, I loved Peter Pan. Peter Pan's Flight's great. I loved Splash Mountain. I loved, what's another example? Like Star Tours. But that's not what made me happy. What made me happy was the rides that I could use my own imagination on. Things like Pirates of the Caribbean, before the movies, right? Haunted Mansion, before the movies. Mark Twain Riverboat, The Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer's Island, where you can explore Matterhorn, Space Mountain, things that had nothing to do with an IP, nothing to do with a movie franchise. That's what makes me happy. Going to a theme park and just experiencing a real life version of a movie I can watch at home doesn't excite me. I can still enjoy it. I can still like it. I can still think it's great. It's just not what gets me to plan a trip. And so Disneyland Park itself has not had an original non-IP attraction added since the Rocket Rods in 1998. So there used to be a balance, and now there's no balance. Everything is just tied to toy selling franchises. I was so excited when they brought back the submarines because I missed it from when I was a kid. But they just put Finding Nemo on it, and now they got screens showing Finding Nemo, and it's like I could just watch Finding Nemo at home. And now I'm watching a DVD underwater. Like I don't need to do that. And now, if the submarines went back to an upgraded version of the original story of like just this original, like trying to find Atlantis, and then you stumble on a scary sea monster and it turns out to be a silly sea monster and it has the humor and all that, that would excite me. So, yeah, that's why I don't really plan trips to Disneyland anymore unless it's for a specific reason or I want to take my niece. Because it almost depresses me in a way because it's like all the things I love are going away. And I love Pirates of the Caribbean, but then they just put the stupid animatronic in it to just shoehorn more movie lore. And it's like, it was already enough. Hey, it's Jack Sparrow, everybody. Hey, look over there, Jack Sparrow. Woo, you remember him from the movies? Woo. And it's like, we didn't need that. Like, it would have been so much iller to me if they just put a Jack Sparrow figure in the ride somewhere in the background and it was like an Easter egg. And people could just be like, did you see Jack Sparrow? Like, look in that scene. Look in the back. He's like popping his head up. That would be so much cooler to me than just being like, hey, everybody, it's me, Jack Sparrow. And then it like ruins the original story of the ride, too, because at the end, he just has all the treasure. And it's like, well, he didn't learn a lesson. The whole original idea was the pirates were cursed with greed and selfishness. And that's why at the end, you would see the dead guys carrying the treasure. That originally there was the battle, and then they added the dead guys pulling the treasure. That was the best. So, anyways, that was a long rant to just say Disneyland is not really for me anymore. I still love it. I still love the vintage stuff. But, if they end up building Avatar Land, that's not something I'm going to plan to go see. Like, I'll go see that when I happen upon it. If I ever do. That's it. That's just how I am, dude. And the thing is, I get it. These IPs sell and all that, but it's like, I just want to balance. Like, can the people like me who want original experiences get something? Can we just get a ride that's not based on a movie? That's what I want. And I wish Galaxy's Edge was built somewhere else. I wish it was, yeah. And also, it's like everyone travels so much now that it's like, I hate that they keep copy and pasting things on both coasts, like multiple parks. Because it's like, dude, if like Avatar, you already did it in Disney World. If I want to see it, I can go there. They did Galaxy's Edge exact same in both places. And it's like, well, why would I want to go to Disney World now? Like, I've seen that. So I wish they did things differently at the parks. And that's not a new thing. They've always kind of done that. But that's one thing I wish. So I actually want to go to Disneyland Paris more than anything because it's the most different. And Shanghai Disneyland, obviously. Dark Universe, there you go. Heard the city of Portland has a package for renovating the Moda Center. Public funds, of course. Unfortunately, Portland's going to have to use public funds or Dum Dum is going to take the team. Adding a new Avengers ride. Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm sure it's going to be amazing, but it's like, dude, I wish you rode the classic Jurassic Park ride at Universal. Yeah, I should have. Loved the OG submarine ride. It was so much better than Nemo. And I love Finding Nemo. I love the movie. But I can watch it at home. I don't need to, like, that's again, they could have did an original, when they brought back the submarine, they could have just updated the original story, made it a lot more cool effects, and then just had a Nemo Easter egg where there's one scene where you see Nemo and Dory like swimming in the background, and it would be a whole cool thing of like, oh yeah, look, you can see Nemo and Dory. When do you think Frankie will be old enough to take Disneyland? Well, I went with him one day. We took him for a day. He was pretty young, but he enjoyed it. So, in a couple years. Pirate Ride was perfect as is. Agreed. With rumors now they're going to completely flatten Tomorrowland. Well, they need to redo Tomorrowland. They need to redo Tomorrowland. I'm actually excited about that. I just think they shouldn't touch Space Mountain. Everything else should be gone. I think even Star Tours, and I love Star Tours, but it's time. I'm tired of simulator rides. If anything, move Star Tours to Galaxy's Edge. Pick up the freaking simulators and put them over there. And bring back the People Mover. That's all I want. But I think the whole land needs a redo. I think submarines need a redo. I think Utopia needs a redo. Um, Interventions building needs to go. Carousel of Progress building. Yeah. Um, and they gotta keep the neon Mickey astronaut because that's one of my favorite things. It's the sad about, but my only thing is like with Tomorrowland, them redoing it. My only gripe, or not gripe, my only fear is that they're just gonna do it all IP. It's gonna be all like they're gonna just do another Star Wars land or something, or it's gonna be all Buzz Lightyear or something. And it's like I don't care about that. There's 5 Toy Story movies and other shows and video games I can play at home. I don't need to go there for Buzz Lightyear. Now I want to go there. I want to see Buzz Lightyear chilling because it's Disneyland. But like I just don't need the Buzz Lightyear story told to me. You know, I like to see Big Thunder Mountain with Goofy riding it. But I don't need the Goofy's Big Thunder Mountain. Does that make sense? Still sad about Tower of Terror. Yeah, I just did a TikTok that's been doing numbers about Tower of Terror and Guardians. It's a meme. It's pretty funny. I'm not gonna play it here, but if you go on the variety show TikTok, right now it's at 40,000 views. So it's been it's been pretty popular. Tower of Terror was just more. It had more aura, dude. And Guardians of the Galaxy is just screens again. I'm tired of screens. I'm tired of simulators. I'm tired of projections. I'm tired of projection mapping. I think that's all cheap and lazy and stupid. And like Oogie Boogie Bash, they have the tower, the Buena Vista Street Tower from the, what was the theater? The Carthay Circle and the old theater tower, whatever. And they do projections of Oogie Boogie Bash and there's spiders crawling on it. It would be so much cooler to me if they put actual like big spiders and decorations and just made them glow instead of doing the cheap projections. It just looks stupid. It looks cheap to me. Love the train ride at Disney with the dinosaur tunnel. Yeah, I could ride the train all day. Suppose they're going to keep Space Mountain. They rebuild the entire track, everything else. Well, Space Mountain's too popular. They would never get rid of that. The Matterhorn, they can't rebuild because of the footprint. So we'll see. But I mean, if the Matterhorn goes, I don't know if I'll ever visit Disneyland again. Like that might be my, that's my line in the sand. Even if they had to shut down the ride, just keep the mountain there. Waste the land for the mountain because it's too important. First tubular roller coaster ever, man. Love the train ride at Disney with the dinosaur tunnel. And I know, look, a lot of people say like, oh, Disneyland's not a museum. It's supposed to change. Walt Disney said it was supposed to change. Yeah, I'm not against change. Like I said, I'm glad they're redoing Tomorrowland finally. I just don't like that all the changes are just cheap IP grabs. And also, there's kind of an argument that out of all the parks across the world, Disneyland should maybe be the closest to a museum because it was Walt Disney's park. And so I think there's certain things that should be untouchable at Disneyland. Main Street USA is untouchable. The Castle, untouchable. Matterhorn, untouchable. Pirates of the Caribbean should be untouchable. Haunted Mansion, untouchable. The train, untouchable. Everything else I think is on the table. Or Storybook Land, Peter Pan's Flight, untouchable. And Small World, untouchable. Just keep adding more and more. Train ride with the displays in the dinosaur tunnel. Yeah, and those dinosaurs are classic. Those are from the 1964 World's Fair. There's a ton of history there. It's great. Keep that. Avatar Land is fully being built, but it's being built in the backlot of California Adventure where Muppet 3D was. Yeah, right now it's on hold, so I hope it stays on hold forever and they think of something cooler. I know a lot of people have said Zootopia Land would be cooler. I think that would be cooler. I'm not a huge Zootopia guy. I think it's cooler than Avatar Land, though. I think Avatar is the most bland franchise on the planet Earth. And the land at California, at Animal Kingdom looks amazing. So if I ever want to see it, I can just go there. Yes, it looks great, but Avatar sucks. Galaxy's Edge is slowly turning the original trilogy. Yeah, so half of it is original trilogy now, or whatever. Full park design of Avatar you can look up, and I've seen it. I see greatest still act like it's 1955. People can't travel to the West Coast and East Coast. Yeah, exactly. West Coast people have a hard time traveling to the East Coast. I mean, there's no reason to if they build the same things, you know? Um, I'll be honest, some ways, yes. Otherwise, mostly because I'm East Coast family concert. I don't know what you're talking about, right? I think it would be been so much smarter if they just built one of those Star Wars lands and building two. So I think they should have made a third gate. I think I think the Star Wars stuff should have been a separate park of all Star Wars, um, or California Adventure. I think the way I would have did it is California Adventure would have just turned into the IP park. So it would have had Pixar Pier, uh, Avengers stuff, Marvel stuff, Star Wars stuff. That could have all been in one park. Um, and then Disneyland could have been just more original ideas and like classic Disney. That's how I would have did it. And the other thing, the other um where's the other thing is like th- they have this land, right? They have this land right here. So if you guys aren't familiar, this is Disneyland. This is California Adventure. So the entrances look at each other. They have this whole parking lot right here that they've been wanting to redevelop. Is this the Simba lot or the Toy Story lot? I forgot. Look at that size though. I mean, that's like a third of California Adventure. Um, they could have did a whole. They could do a whole like third gate in this land, basically. Um, and they could incorporate the Pixar Place Hotel into it, like they did with the Grand Californian. Um, and get rid of this parking garage, and get rid of all this. This could have been Star Wars land. Like, look at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is this. That fits right into here. So you could have did Star Wars and Villains Land, which everyone wants. Right? I would love that. Villains Land and Galaxy's Edge right here. And then that would suck up so much of the crowd so I could be over here on the Mark Twain being left alone, right? Like grumpy old man. Leave me alone. Stop stop ruining Tom Sawyer's Island. Open up the fort. Open up the fort, right? I could be the old man screaming over here. And they could have just did all that over here and had a that could have been a third gate, right? Or they could have did Avengers and Star Wars, and that could have been like the adventure park or like the action park. Um, I don't know. That's what I would have did. And if you guys haven't seen this parking garage, I mean this parking lot here is going to become a giant parking garage. It's going to be even bigger than this parking garage, I believe, Mickey and Friends structure. Um, so it's going to be like this whole area, and then there's going to be a new walkway where this goes that goes across the street. So you go from there and you walk into a new entrance center here, which will change everything that I'm used to because I like staying at the Tropicana right here. This is my favorite motel we've been going to since I was a kid. Prices are stupid now. They used to be super cheap, but yeah, it's gonna change everything. Anyways, that's my Disney rant. You know, I don't know. Rise of the Resistance will be rethemed into Rise of the Rebels. That would be crazy. Um, so much smarter if they just built one of the Star Wars lands and building two. They probably would have made more money. Yeah, or make them different. Like do one of them like a forest planet. Like it would have been cool in Florida. That would have been different, like a forest planet, like an Endor type planet, land, and then do Galaxy's Edge here or whatever. You know. Uh, oh, I missed that, Jenny. You said billionaires figuring out how to add to their billions. Absolutely. Um, play it here. No, I don't want to play it here because it has cussing and stuff. And this is a family channel. They claim if you want to build Tomorrowland 1950s, that does. Well, yeah, retro. You have to at this point. They should just technology and everything moves too fast to do it how they used to do it. So just do a retro vintage uh type of space theme, and then you never have to really update it. It can always be that theme. Why does Avatar suck? I just think it's super generic. It's like it's almost Avatar is like if AI created a story. If you're like, hey, make a story. Like it's the same old story that's been told so many times. It's Pocahontas. There's nothing like new about it besides the design. And look, the world they built is beautiful, like Pandora and all that. It's awesome. I totally understand that part of it. I just think the characters are flat and boring. They're like cardboard cutout characters. The dialogue is just so generic. There's just nothing. There's nothing proprietary about it besides the look of the characters. But even that's not that proprietary. I feel like we've seen similar characters. It's just to me, it's just like if AI was just like, hey, make a movie franchise about like alien planet. Um, yeah, and I think the technology, like the 3D and all that, was really good. But besides that, it's just so unmemorable. When they built Star Wars Land, they weren't able to do that because they didn't have the rights to do that with the Anaheim Council. I mean, they could have greased some palms, you know. Um, what's up? What's up? Um, they also built that Disney Village and employee parking lot on the south side. It's gonna take approximately 40 years. So love going to Knott's Berry Farm more. Yeah, I love Knott's. It's changed a lot too, but I mean, I'm a big Knott's fan. I pretty much just like Ghost Town. UMaps Kennedy High School. Uh, what? Where's Kennedy High School? I know Kennedy Middle School. Right there where the bus are, where Avatar is going to be. Yeah, so Avatar is going to cut into this. It's going to cut into this turnaround. Um, I'm really going to miss Monsters Inc. If they do that. It's, I think, one of the most underrated dark rides. And I wish there was more dark rides, man. I wish we got more dark rides. I'm tired of screen rides. I'm tired of like I didn't even go on Web Slingers, the Spider-Man ride, because it's just no, I can't do it. But yeah, this land has a lot of potential. We'll still see if they end up doing park stuff here, attractions here. If it'll be part of California Adventure and they'll build over Disneyland Drive. Um, that's still yet to be seen. But right here where this Westin was, there used to be two motels here, the Magic Carpet and the Magic Lamp. And we used to stay at the Magic Lamp right here. And we used to just walk across the street, walk through the gate, and this was all parking lot. We would walk the whole parking lot all the way to the entryway of Disneyland. And back then, the parking lot used to come up to like I think past the monorails. Maybe not past the monorails, but close. Like this was literally the parking lot. But yeah, the fact that Rivers of America is gone at Disney World makes me really sad. Um, they're doing Piston Peak, a whole new Cars Land. Oh, that I am. If they're doing a Cars Land over there, I think it's cool. They're doing Piston Peak and it's different because it would have been stupid if they did the same Cars Land as here. And it's like, well, now why would I go to Disney World? It's the same exact thing. So at least it's different. That's cool. Like I think the ride might be very similar, like the test track basically type of ride. But at least it's a different vibe. But anyway, my point was Oogie Boogie Bash is a scam. That was my whole point. And I wish people would stop supporting some of this stuff so that they would actually know that they need to do a good job. Because right now they know they don't have to do a good job. They know people are going to line up. People are going to line up no matter what, dude. Those parking garages are going to be so far away. Yeah, I hope there's shuttles or tramzillas or moving walkways. Because, yeah, it's pretty far. I'm getting old. It's one of the best overlays I ever did. Crazy limo driver. Yeah, the limo paparazzi ride. Hollywood limo. Yeah, it's pretty amazing that they turned like one of the worst rides to ever exist into a really fun Monsters Inc. dark ride. But yeah, man, that's all. Next week we're gonna talk about Wrigleyville rooftops. I'm gonna try to get this Field of Dreams video out in the next couple days. I'm gonna swing for the fences. Did you guys know Hank Aaron used to bat cross-handed? I don't know if he did his whole career. And apparently he was a shortstop. He started as a shortstop. Shout out to the highest rated cup of all time. Shout out to Will and the Catalina Club. You know, got my Catalina Club pin, so I'm official. I shook hands with Mr. T. I got my swag, dude. It's just things are looking up. You know, I'm trying to, you know, trying to keep it going, man. Trying to keep it going. Oh, I see what you're saying. The old parking lot. Yeah, it was right up to the monorail track. Well, the monorail track did change a little bit, I think. Actually, no, that part didn't. I think that part's the same. They might have changed it on the right side because they built the whole employee costuming department here. So like Space Mountain is right here, and then they built the costuming department right here, and then the bus terminal. So that might have changed a little bit. I don't remember. Wait, I can see. No, it looks like it didn't. It's about the same curve. Unless that part curves different. Cause this is also, this might be before the, nah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. You're from the Bay and you stand up for it. That's what's up, bro. Thank you. Stand your ground. I'm from Southern California, raised a Giants fan. So my father's from Stockton. Stay up, brother. Thank you. You know, I try. I try, dude. Knocking them out of the park. But anyways, I love Disneyland. But the Disneyland that I love is shrinking every day. And so I see myself going there less and less, which I already did for 10 years. But, you know, I went the past 2 years. I don't know if I'll go next year or anytime soon, but possibly. I do have a free hotel stay in Anaheim though that I need to use in like the next 6 months or 8 months. So I might need to go. I might need to go just for a couple days. I don't know. But then, see, then it becomes a whole thing because it's like, all right, well, I want to bring my niece or maybe my No, I don't think my nephew's a little too young still. But, like, I'd want to bring my niece or something. And then that's a whole other, you know, that's another $2,000. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just use the hotel stay to go to Angels games, Ducks games or something. I don't know. I still haven't been to a Ducks game. But yeah, man, Field of Dreams video will be out, and then Wrigley Field video will be out. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I had really bad luck. I think I did mention this last week, but I'll repeat it. Last week, at Wrigley, I had really bad luck, okay? With time and with weather and the fact that I didn't have my drone batteries the first day, and I had to special order emergency a drone battery. So I wasn't able to drone the first day. And it was a whole thing, and the weather sucked. It was tornado warnings in Iowa. And then it was pouring rain at Wrigley Field after the game. It was pouring rain before the game. Luckily, during the game, it was good. And it was the air show. So it was a lot going on. And so I wasn't able to do my full Wrigley video, which is obviously a bummer because I had dreamed of doing that video for my first trip to Wrigley. So I scaled it back and I just did like a quick vlog. So it's going to be a quicker video. It's not going to be like a full history video. But I just worked with what I had, worked with the weather I was given, right? And so the video is it's scaled down, but hopefully still a fun time, and hopefully some people still like it. I mean, I did get dirt, so I'm happy, right? But I appreciate you guys, love you guys. Even though I didn't get a toaster strudel, I still feel like we had some fun. And yeah, so next week we'll talk more. Paul, yeah, I got some photos of it too. I think I posted in the Discord before. I'll show him another time, because this one is in the bag, dude. Two other Genty sprained his ankle. Okay. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Get me toaster strudels though next week. I did shake hands with Mr. T, so just keep that in mind. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things cool kids do. Something or other tours now variety. Shout out the Cubs for always embracing the vintage aesthetics. Shout out the Field of Dreams. It wasn't the worst souvenir cup, but it's definitely not this one, dude. Hopefully got a bobblehead to show you guys next week and some other cool stuff. But I love you guys for life. Go Warriors. Latrell Sprewell, most underrated shooting guard of the 90s. Peace and love. Peace and love.